My name is A.Y. Bello, and I want to quickly say something about the actions of Abike Dabiri. Um, Abike Dabiri is a professional. She's a respected personality, in journalism, in politics, and so many other, spheres of life. But it is sad that a respectful person like you could do something of this, your bigotry comment on X. And why it is sad is because you're a government official in a Senate climb. By now, it is either you tender your resignation by yourself or you're being fired by the government that you're working for. Yes. One of those two things must have happened. And your action is highly disappointing. I am highly disappointed because you are, with your level of exposure, you're pushing a bigotry narrative against the Igbo people. And this is because of one comment that one man made on X. And this is where it is sad because you are a government worker, government official for that matter, holding a very key position, that is related to diaspora, Nigerians. You're like the image of Nigerian in diaspora, and you hold that office. But with your actions, it shows that you are a sectional person. It shows you are only representing a section of, of Nigerian people. And of course, you're a Yoruba. So with your action, it shows that you pledge your loyalty to the Yorubas, more to, Nigeria as an entity. But this is where I'm going. 2027 is around the corner, and a lot of something like this, stuffs like this will be coming out, especially from, the reigning government, reigning party, APC, and that's the ruling party in Nigeria. And just like the way it happened in 2023 general election, bigotry against Igbo people, I don't know what the Igbos have done, to deserve this high level of hatred. We saw what happened in Lagos. We saw what MC Oluomo said, and some of the actions of thugs and some other people against the Igbos, disenfranchising them from exercising their constitutional right. It is a right to vote and be voted for. It's part of the rule of law. And it's so unfortunate that in 2025, we are still running a kind of politics that is sectional. Now, this is where I'm going. The Igbo people want to leave Nigeria in 1967, and that was through a war. It is not, a lot of people will say Biafra war, but it's not Biafra war, it is Nigeria war. Because the Nigerian government waged war against those people. And as a student of history, before the war started, there was an agreement between Ojukwu and Gowon. And it was called Aburi Accord. But unfortunately, that Aburi Accord didn't see the light of the day. And that led us to, the war, because Ojukwu was betrayed. Now, this is it. If you don't want Igbos in Nigeria, why don't you allow them to live peacefully We've had 1967 to 1970 war between Nigeria and Biafra. But this time around, nobody is ready to go to war. Why don't you allow them to leave? If this is the kind of narrative you keep pushing every 4 years, and that is why I said I am disappointed in Abike Dabiri. If you don't want Igbos in Nigeria, if you don't want them to exercise their franchise in Nigeria, whether being voted for or to cast their vote, if you're going to disenfranchise them in a nation that we all agreed to be in, even though we don't even know who made the agreement, we don't even know where the agreement was made because we just find ourselves together, right? Allow these people to go. Let us conduct a referendum. If you want them to still be in Nigeria, allow them to exercise their franchise and not being intimidated. If we are going to bant, like if there is going to be a banter between if we still want to remain Nigeria, or probably after the the disintegration, if we still want to remain Nigeria, like the Yoruba ones still want to be in Nigeria with the Hausas, you can remain. If you want to bant online, you can bant with them. That's a different ball game entirely. Nigerians do bant with South Africa. Nigerians do throw banters with Ghanaians, the Ghanaians, of course. Nobody is going to hold anybody, It won't be a narrative of, it's because they are this or they are that. No. But at this point in time, we are still in one entity. We are still in Nigeria. But if you don't want them, don't come every 4 years and be saying, oh, the Igbos are this, the Igbos are that, the Igbos are... Come on. It's nonsense. It is nonsensical. Let the Igbos breathe. If you don't want them in Nigeria, let them go. They said they want to leave. Up till now, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still being held in custody. And I would also like to say this. I saw a lot of comments that people are saying, oh, Sunday Igboho is moving around, he's enjoying himself, he's now a free man. That's Yoruba for you. They will stand up. The elders will stand up for their own. Of course, it may be political, yeah, but at least they will stand up and make sure that, yes, you get freedom. But I can sense something about the Igbos, especially the Ohaneze Ndigbo. I don't know what kind of elders these people are. And I can tell you for free that, in my own opinion, while Nnamdi Kanu is still in detention, is because of some Igbo elders that doesn't want their people to be free, that are afraid of what their nation is going to become or their region is going to become. If Nnamdi Kanu is still in Nigerian custody, it's because of some Igbo elders. And only God knows why they are doing that. Only God knows why. But that's not where I'm going. But what I'm saying is, if the Yorubas doesn't want the Igbos, if the Yorubas in government will keep pushing the bigotry narrative against the Igbos, allow them to go. Let us conduct a referendum. A referendum whereby the Igbos are the one that are going to vote. Their region only will vote. Let them cast votes if they still want to be in Nigeria or they want to leave. And the outcome shall be it. Because we can't continue with this nonsense. We need a country that is advanced in all aspects, and not this nonsense that our politicians and the political appointees are doing on social media. We need to stop. And we need to act now. If you want them to be in Nigeria, we need to stop this bigotry narrative. And if you don't want them in Nigeria, let's conduct a referendum and let's see if truly even some Yorubas, if they really want to be in this entity called Nigeria. Enough is enough, because we must advance. Beyond where we are right now, we can't continue with this nonsense. My name remains A.Y. Bello, and I've said it as it is. Bye for now.